ceases at midnight tonight. They all very well may sell out. We've got a ton of different tints to choose from, but what's inside is 6 pounds of individually wrapped, yummy, delicious, wonderful chocolates. And I tried to buy chocolates at the mall the other day. Those prices, insane. But before we get to that, we have saved one of the most exciting gifts for the kitchen, gifts for the cook, gifts for the wine enthusiast for today, right now. If you go to any of the major retailers out there, the Big A website, the other major stores, if you go read Wine Enthusiast magazine, they will all say nothing but rave, one-of-a-kind, incredible reviews for the brand new Waerator electric wine aerator. This is an instant aerator that turns cheap wine into incredibly tasting, worthy of a 5-star restaurant wine. It does what a sommelier or a wine expert would tell you that you should do with any bottle of wine at any price, which is aerate it all the way through to reduce the tannins and get that better taste. It's a one-of-a-kind push-button system that aerates the entire bottle instantly and immediately. It's available in black, it's available in red. It's Wine Enthusiast's best choice for a gift, and it's yours today for $12 on your credit card. We've got only a few hundred to go around. We've got Stephanie Roberts, who's joining us, who has been chasing me down the studios for weeks now, saying, Brett, this is the hottest Wine Enthusiast gift of the year. When, oh when, oh when are we finally going to get to air it?
Absolutely, because look at what I am doing with my glass of wine. I am infusing it with micro bubbles. You can see the oxygen going into this wine. One button, push button aeration, and I am able to literally elevate a basic glass of wine to one of the better glasses of wine you have ever had. This is the Waerator Instant Wine Aerator. That's where the name comes from, but it's so much more than that. It is actually a wine system, because what I am doing here is I am aerating. You can see the micro bubbles and the wine going into my glass, but it is also dispensing. It dispenses at 1 ounce per second. So if you're measuring your wine, you know you just want to have 5 ounces, 5 seconds, and there you go. So it also does the dispensing, and it also does the preserving. This is a vacuum seal on the bottle. So if you are only having 1 glass of wine, you go ahead and put the Waerator on, and you know that for the next 4 days, you are vacuum sealed. So I am getting so many different things at once here. But the most important thing to many people is what I'm getting is a different experience with my glass of wine. If you drink red wine, or you have had glasses of wine at restaurants, at people's homes, and you've had that sip and you thought, a little dry in the mouth. You know that feeling, right? Where it just doesn't, you might choke it down because it would be impolite not to, but you might not enjoy it. What is probably happening is that you're feeling the dryness or the bitterness in your mouth from the tannins. The reason we aerate wine, or the reason sommeliers also decant wine, is because they want to infuse it with oxygen. That's what puts those bubbles in the wine. You can see it as it comes out of the Waerator. That smooths out the tannins. That brings the fruit forward. And basically, it takes what might not be an enjoyable glass of wine and turns it into an amazing glass of wine.
Let's just slice and dice this for you, okay? $12 today, and start buying $12 less expensive bottles of wine.
Exactly.
And you will not sacrifice in taste. You know, you start to think about what we spend a la carte for bottles of wine, and now be able to buy maybe 2 shelves down, but actually get a better flavor and a better taste. You know, when they swirl it around, when you go to wine tastings and they say, let it breathe, let it open. This is instant and immediate. I don't have time to let it breathe. I just want a glass of wine. But it's perfect. It's been aerated the way the experts would tell you to do, and it's push button. You don't need a fancy decanter. You don't need something that takes you an hour to clean up afterward. You know, it's a dispenser that nothing gets spilled out, and it aerates from the bottom all the way up and through. That's why Wine Enthusiast selected it as one of their best of for the year. That's why it's going crazy on every major website you can find out there. That's why we have been fighting to figure out when and how to offer this, because we have such a limited supplies of these available. Now, we have it in black, we have it in red, whether it's a hostess gift, whether it's a Christmas gift, whether it's just for you in your kitchen for better tasting glasses of wine, when those glasses of wine can now be half, those bottles of wine can cost half of what you used to spend on them. Take it home and try it out. It's five flexible payments only for the next 18 minutes. I've got about 500 in black and a little more than that in the red. And it's just a wonderful, I mean, there's really nothing else like it in the industry.
There is nothing else like it. And I'm sure you've heard about aerators before, because we've talked and seen a lot of what are called pour-through aerators. You know, those plastic and sometimes glass things you actually pour the wine through. Well, the only part that's actually being aerated is the surface of the wine. The difference with the Waerator is it reaches all the way down into the bottom of the bottle so that every drop of wine gets aerated. The oxygen, the microbubbles are touching every bit of the wine. So that is smoothing out the flavors of all the wine. So those pour-through aerators are not doing the job. Now, Brett mentioned that sommeliers, they open up the wine into usually a decanter. You see it sitting in a large glass volumizing vase, really, to pour it out. But that's supposed to sit for 2 hours. I don't know about you, I don't have that kind of patience. A night like tonight, I want to sit down and I want to enjoy a glass of wine, but I want it to be the best glass of wine it can possibly be. So with one touch operation, I can aerate, I can dispense, and I can see those micro bubbles in my wine. I know that's going to make it more fruit forward. I know that it is smoothing out the taste of the wine. It works for both white and red wine. And what I love about what you're getting is that you get the push button operation, battery operated, no big deal. Throw some AAA batteries in there. It aerates, it dispenses, and it preserves the wine, but you also get an extra tube. So that's great, because when I'm entertaining, sometimes I have a bottle of red open, sometimes a bottle of white open. All I have to do is switch the tube off the bottom here, and I can go in between white and red wine simply with one device. All I do with these is run some hot water through them, and I'm good to go. So this is maintenance free.
So here's your little social experiment. Get it now while HSN offers it to you, free shipping and flex pay, and try the $50, $60 bottle of wine that you have, and then the next night, try the $2 chuck. I mean, try the $3, $4 bottle of wine with your aerator, and see if you can really tell a difference. See if people actually compliment you on the less expensive bottle of wine, and then start to add up the savings that are just gonna start pouring in each and every single day. Or bring this with you to your mom's house, because you know she buys the cheap stuff.
Absolutely.
To your in-laws, because you know that they take out a bottle that you don't really ever love and go, I brought this amazing gadget. I want you to try it out, when really you're the one that gets the better taste.
Exactly.
Now, join over 200 customers who've picked up our first ever electric wine aerator that we've offered here at HSN. With everybody on the line right now, they're about half sold and gone. You will not see this again in time for Christmas delivery. If you are somebody who has a wine enthusiast in your life, if you have somebody that, you know, likes to sit behind the bar and serve the cocktails, if you want something that's just unique and different and talked about and buzzed about right now in the industry, this is a one-of-a-kind product, and it's yours to shop for $12. That's it. To get it home, to put it under the tree, or to enjoy it for your own family during the holiday season and see if it can transform even the cheapest of bottles of wine.
And the best social test at your house is to buy that cheaper bottle of wine, because guess what? We all do. All you do is push this on. It seals, vacuum seals onto any size bottle. Doesn't matter the varietal, doesn't matter the brand, red, white, rosé, no problems. And then with the push of a button, that is instant wine aeration. So try that $8, $10 bottle of wine. Take a few sips of it when it is not aerated. Use your Waerator. Take another couple of sips. The difference is absolutely instant. I am what I call a casual wine drinker. I enjoy nice wines, but I do not buy expensive wines. Simply not in the budget. What this does to a moderate to low price bottle of wine is absolutely amazing. I like to think of it as an investment on the front side, and every time I buy a bottle of wine, I am getting that money right back. And I love the fact that you can actually see it work. I can see those bubbles. It almost honestly looks like sparkling wine for maybe the first few seconds. That's what I want. And then those bubbles settle. But that is the mellowing of the flavors right in front of your very eyes. When I do this with a pour-through aerator, if you ever watch your pour-through aerators, because I know a lot of us use them, you see the bubbles only on the top. When I do it with the Waerator, I see those bubbles going all the way down to the bottom of every glass and the bottom of every bottle. That is the difference with the instant pump aeration. Also with those pour-throughs, I don't know if you've ever tried to serve your guests a bottle of wine and first of all, you have to tip the bottle to get it to pour through the plastic thing. Then you're trying to balance it into the glass. Then you have to put it somewhere. And it's red and drippy. And if you're on your friend's counter, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And all of a sudden you've made this mess.
Or your white tablecloth.
Exactly. This solves every single one of those problems. I never, ever, ever tip the bottle. This will fit on absolutely every bottle of wine. And honestly, it fits on some spirits as well, because I'm learning that aerating spirits also mellows the flavors there. But it solves the drip problem. It solves the dispensing problem. 1 Mississippi, that is 1 ounce of wine. So if I'm measuring, I can do that.
Okay, so if you want it, now is your chance to grab it. We've only got a couple of hundred left to go. FlexPay expires at midnight, so you've got 12 minutes to try it for only $12 on your credit card. It comes in red, or only about 200 left in black, if that's the one that you want. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Great product.
Worth chasing me around for months to make it happen.
See, I told
appreciate
you.
it. Okay, now we've got wine, we've got chocolate, and then